Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and now for something completely different. Today we're taking a look at from Takara Tomy. This is part of their Job Braver line. This is Job Braver 01, Police Braver with Whopper, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, and Job Braver 03, Medibraver with aid. And aid is A period, I period, D period. So I'm sure there's an abbreviation there. Police Braver is a Nissan GTR patrol car, while Medibraver is a Toyota High Medic ambulance. These are not Transformers, but they are transforming robots. They are as of right now, Japanese exclusives. I got them from Amazon Japan. I think they're maybe available from other Japanese import stores. Did not find them on Hasbro Pulse. Now, you might have noticed that we went from 1 to 3. We are missing Job Braver 02, Fire Braver. And that's because, unfortunately, with the little partner robot, which these guys are basically the core of the line and the transforming gimmick, there was a misassembly here with the wrist knee joint where this was put on backwards. So Amazon Japan is replacing it for me, and that figure will be featured in a future review. But we'll get to that a little bit later. Basically, what these are is a part of the Tomica line, I would say, because it's licensed vehicles, and they have been doing like combining, transforming robot lines with their die-cast cars. Now, these aren't die-cast. I don't know if there's going to be a die-cast component down the line, but this is what they are. Kind of cool, kind of interesting. And it's, again, this whole line is around the Braver system, which these little partner drones, which I guess are the personality intelligence of the vehicles, do. And well, to give you an idea, let me get these guys out of the way, how small these vehicles are. This is Legacy Skids. Well, I should say this is the Legacy Skids mold. This is actually a burnt from the Velocitron line. And as you can see, this is smaller. The police car is smaller. The ambulance is smaller. Now, these sell for roughly deluxe price point, and that really, I think, has to do with the gimmick, but they are a smaller size. I was very surprised by this. I mean, here, palm of my hand, so that's something there. So what we're going to do now is we will pause and take a look at Police Braver. Okay, so here's Police Braver with its partner Whopper, or Whopper. I'm going to go with Whopper because that's how it looks. There are some stickers to this set. Police Braver had the least. Basically, you had these spots here on the hood, and then here on the back with the Japanese and English writing. I think that was about it. Whopper had a few. The yellow on the hat, the tie, and you have a few different options for the eyes. We'll get into that a little bit later, but not sure how I feel about the stickers, especially on something this small that you're going to be handling a lot due to the transformation. There isn't an accessory. Police Braver has this oversized revolver type blaster. Now, there are cartoons available from the Takara Tomy YouTube channel. I haven't had a chance to watch them because they're not subtitled in English, so, but I assume this is like some sort of laser blaster or something. To start the transformation, you're going to start here with Whopper and fold the legs up, bring the head back on the hinge. Now you're going to bring the arms down on the ball joint to the side there. And I do want to mention that on mine, Oh, it didn't happen. The ball joints were a little tight, so the arm would pop off. Now this is its core position. The figure now is going to form the torso, the crotch, torso, lower torso, and upper legs. And now for the fun part, with the figure in this position, you're going to insert the two long prongs are going to go into slots there, and that third one will go right there. So just plug it in, and then pushing on the front of the bumper activates the spring-loaded gimmick. Now, just so you know, in packaging, the figure comes with this disassembled like this, with the front part opened up and the rear, the legs disassembled. And that's actually to preserve the spring. So you're going to store them in robot mode or broken down. The next step is what we can do is come to the back section here, split it apart, and then flip, using a little notch here, flip out what will be the robot mode feet. And then there's a groove section right where my finger is that that gray part is going to slide into. I'm going to do that until it snaps into place. Sometimes I have a little trouble, so what I'll do is I'll bend the knee slightly and then just get my thumb in there to help push it down. This time it went well. And then to finish this off, we'll just bring the arms down. Going back into vehicle mode, the arms, there's a little slot there where the arms will peg into. And then finally we can give the robot its weapon. Now, a few things to know. I did have this happen on Medibraver, but when handling the figure, the little sticker at the top would come off on my hand, but also you run into the problem now. If you look, you basically have a face staring at you from the butt. That's obviously if you're going to stare at it from the rear, but who does that? Out of the three, Police Braver has the most articulation. Head is... There's no head articulation. The torso is a solid piece, which is fine due to the gimmick. I would rather have that than have to deal with the waist swivel. The arms are kind of cool because they were able to work in a swivel gimmick with the door, so you can actually get the arms to swing forward enough to point the weapon. That comes in here on the sides. Like a little bit of a hinge there. This is the only one that does that, and I really am confused why. There is faux ratcheting here at the elbow. You have a bicep swivel. You do have that ball joint at the shoulder. Of course, you have ball joint at the hips. Mine are, like I said, are a little tight, and you have the faux ratcheting at the knee and some foot articulation. So why I wouldn't say these are the fiddle desk toys that the Unit Roborn figures are. These certainly are much more articulated and have a little more involved transformation, making them a little bit more fun. Remember, this is like a kid's line, so the kids are actually getting a fun gimmick as well as a fully articulated figure. I'll give you a close-up look at the head here. So we'll pause, and we'll come back and take a look at Medibraver. Okay, and we're back with Medibraver and Aid, and you might notice that here on Aid I did not put the eye decals on, so we can have a little bit of a comparison where you have that blank section, whereas the robot here is not as lively looking, but you're not going to have a face staring off the butt. We'll do a comparison at the end. Medibraver's weapon is this like high-powered syringe, which can be held as either a blaster or a sword of sorts. And I neglected to mention with Police Braver, but you are meant to store the weapon in the back of the head here. There is no weapon storage on the vehicle. Medibraver had the most stickers. The red here, the black on the sides, the black here on the rear, that was all stickered, and there's actually some stickers on the legs. So it does roll nicely, quite hefty because it's a very dense figure. Transformation for Aid is the same as the other Braver system units. Flip the legs up, flip the head back. Now be careful I'm trying to handle it without putting my fingers on that front, because that little sticker did come off on me. Bring the arms down, and we're ready to combine. So just line it up in position, just like so, and push on the bumper. Oh, and this one did not spring out. Huh? I wonder why. Oh, that's weird. Did I miss something? Oh, there we go. Got a little stuckies there, but there's the head. Now, this part, by the way, did come separate in the packaging. You do have to attach it. And here on the legs, there's actually an extra part here, which, because the top becomes a shield. So what you do here is flip that up. This will snap into place, and there's the shield. By the way, if you do buy these, go to the website. There's a little QR code to scan on the boxes. Apparently, there was a mistake in how to fold the shield up and applying the stickers. They gave some wrong numbers there. So flip the feet out. These little silver cross sections, these were stickers as well. So again, just slide them in. It's different parts, but the same general gimmick. Just bring it down. Just like so. And position the feet. Unpeg the arms from here. And unfortunately, this is what I was... This doesn't rotate. There's no rotation. The doors are on a slider, I guess, because of the size. They don't even, like, angle up. So really, for the forward... Oop, oh, there we go. For the forward arm gimmick, movement, you really only have at the elbow. So, put the weapon in there. Kind of a tight fit. And then, for the shield, what I like to do is just fold it out like that. Use your thumb, press down, bring it up. And there's Medibraver ready to roll. I guess this is, he's giving out injections or something with his sword. But let's bring in Police Braver. And as again, let's turn him around so you can see what I was talking about. You got a blank expression that kind of blends in more, or some eyes staring off at you from the rear. Again, I know a lot of people, well, we don't display our toys from the rear, but it is there. Articulation is exactly the same. That's because, obviously, most of the articulation comes from those core robots, and they're the same. So, and as I mentioned, it is limited due to the doors. So there is that. But yeah, and to give you an idea of size, let me bring in a smaller Transformer Deluxe. And here's Studio Series Bumblebee the Movie RC. And they're roughly the same size as her. Obviously, the panels around the head are going to be a little taller, but just going across head to head, they're the same size. So yeah, this would be considered a deluxe figure. Logically. Personally, I think if Hasbro were going to sell these in the U.S., because of the spring and the gimmick and the parts, this might actually be sold as a Voyager price point, which, yeah. But I like these. These are fun. I've actually, when these were first revealed, much more excited for them than anything from Legacy. As I said in the Police Braver part, not the fiddle toy as the Unit Reborn Machine Robo Legacy figures, but these are a little more involved. And yes, if you lose that little figure, you're basically stuck with a car. So how about we pause, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. I already tried to do a little bit of an action pose here. Unfortunately, due to the limited articulation, there's not a lot you can do. But like I said, these are fun. I really like them. And there's some more coming. In September, these came out in like July, August. So in September, we actually have a repaint of Police Braver, all in black, in a set with a repaint of the new motorcycle mold. Now that will be, there's a black one part of the set with the black Police Braver, but it's also being released in like a sky blue and white, like Medibraver. I'm just getting the set. So there's that. There's also two helicopter figures coming out, the same model, just different colors. One is a medical copter. That's the one I'm getting. The other one is a fire copter. Again, same mold. I think maybe a different head or something, but I think it's even the same head. But again, just because I know these non-transformer reviews don't get a lot of views, so I'm really trying to be careful with how I invest. But then later on in October, we have a garbage truck coming, so that's going to look really cool. And we have like a playset command center that's a rolling base that can hold all of the figures released to the point, except for the garbage truck. There's like a launch pad for the robots. You can store all of the smaller, braver figures, and there's like even a deployable helipad. So that's kind of cool. And that's kind of what Tomica does. They have like the larger vehicles for the smaller vehicles. Also, in September, coming around September 13th, I think, there's a 3-pack of the first 3 Job Braver figures, but with gold weapons. So it's these weapons done in gold. I don't know if there's any other changes made. Again, information. This is a Japanese line, so I don't speak Japanese. But yeah, lots of fun. I'm enjoying these more than Legacy figures, so there's that. So if you're interested, Amazon Japan is the way to go. I think, unfortunately, Police Braver is out of stock right now. These do seem to be rather popular in Japan, so they've sold out. I don't think they're as popular as, say, the Machine Robo figures, because they're not. I didn't see them listed at #1 sales. But Medibraver and Fire Braver are in stock. So there's that. And if you're really joining to see a review of Fire Braver, I'm sure there's some Japanese language YouTube reviews that you can find. But once again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. It helps with the algorithms. Until next time, this is your old pal Chuck for Police Braver and Medibraver. We will see you next time.